is communication.
Communication hacks. Okay,
Yes,
today is
yes.
very introductory. I think we just want to get everybody on board to see what the topic is about, some of the basics, right?
Yes, correct. So everything we teach anything, we must always go to the basics first. Okay?
Got two teachers here.
Right now we have this our topic, okay, mom-child communication hacks. Okay, so Mimi is I'm so privileged to have her. She's a productivity coach, so she teaches moms to be more productive and effective, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, then can you tell maybe you could also introduce a bit about yourself?
Can. Okay, so actually my journey with coaching started as a teacher, because when I actually lecture in Polytechnic, so I teach teenagers around 17 to 24-ish age range. And from there I realized that coaching is very rewarding for me. I really like the feeling, when a student comes to say, oh, you really helped me solve this problem, or I can do things better now, blah blah blah. Then I realized over time, as I have more children and my career is growing, a lot of moms come to me for advice. So then I'm like, hey, why not do something for moms, right? Directly. So that's how I kind of ventured into coaching for moms, and I realized that I can do a lot of things and I make full use of my time. So I always share these tips with fellow moms. So that's pretty much it.
Don't be stingy with tips, right?
And then I can really go on and on. Like I can just text them paragraph long worth of tips and sharing. So I realized that that's why when I started this, it was very timely, and now that I have 3 kids, all of them are below 10. I think I have kind of the best of both worlds. I see what children are like at the teenage level, and then I bring whatever I need to at home with my kids. And then just nice, we have you who tackle the middle age range. So I think it's very, very cool. It's very cool how the collaboration worked out. So that's pretty much how I started.
Yes, I did have seen really very happy to know Mimi, and then we can I also can add to I was a working mom before, so I know exactly what are the issues that you face. Okay, so I'm also a study coach, so I teach parenting, not only parenting, I also teach study tactics. Okay, so I hope you can have more value from my YouTube, and you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will release every video once a week, okay? And my main communication channel is Facebook, so you just join my Facebook group, okay? I appreciate that a lot, okay? So I can see I have 2 kids now. One is 15 and one is 18. Okay, so I understand that we all need strategies. That's why we are here. Okay, Mimi and I are here to support.
Oh, cute!
Mummies, mummies.
Like your carbon copy.
Carbon copy, yeah. I think my son look a bit bad. So I also help a lot of international people, on the strategies of their children, even like helping parents, during the COVID, I was invited, to actually speak about emotions, because parents are never had to deal with their young children at home all the time. Okay, so that's my experience in parenting. So I'm a coach, I'm also a speaker and a course creator. That's how I know Mimi. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so those who just came in, please share this live so that more people can actually know about this wonderful chance that then you can come in and ask questions. Okay, we will be lovely to answer your questions, right? Okay.
Yes, I'm gonna check right now to see if there's anything.
Yes, please share and give some hearts and some thumbs up for us, so that it's an encouragement for us. Share with your friends, your siblings, anybody who thinks that they can help with these wonderful hacks in our lives. Okay, so I have a lot of parents who come to me where they cannot communicate with their children, especially about studies. Okay, so they find that whenever they talk about it, the relationship just broken. Okay.
Yeah, and then it's just nice that it ties back to what I do also, because when I talk to moms, I always tell them, what children actually want is a role model. And if you as a mom, you're not kind of set in stone with who you are, what you believe in, then naturally that there will be some gaps when you communicate with your kids. So I think it's a very nice play between hacks from mom to child, because it's not just a one-way thing, it's always a two-way thing.
Oh, two-way. Okay, so it's something important we can know, right? Yeah, not only us as parents, we also need them to actually communicate with us, right?
Correct. Yes.
So when we do the right, you mentioned about role modeling, means that you're also showing the way of communication. If you do it right, your child will also learn and do the same. Okay.
Yes.
So maybe it's a very good thing that I learned from you, and because I could also understand maybe the communication gaps that maybe the parents that I'm coaching now, they really probably didn't show the good communication skills, right? Okay.
Yeah, actually most of the time it's usually like that. It's usually like that, yeah. So it's very good that we're going back to the basics so that we can also reflect on
me ourselves, us
yes.
as a parent. We are not perfect also, right? I mean,
correct.
Yeah, but we're here to tell people that the problems we faced before and don't do the same. Okay, that's important. Okay.
Negative sampling and negative modeling, yeah.
That's how I feel that people who come into this life are people who really, parents who want to improve themselves. Okay, whether, of course, we say mummies, but daddies as well. I think some of them are also very involved and are welcome to join us. Okay, so please share this life to more people, and I appreciate that. And of course, sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring.
And give more hugs. Okay, I'm going to give hugs to me.
I also.
Okay, great. Okay, so awesome. So we are going to learn 3 things. So important 3 things only, very easy. Okay, and then you really can walk away with really awesome tips. Okay, number 1 is we must go to the basics, because as educators ourselves, we know if we don't have basics, a lot of things cannot be, like, maths, we must know times table, right? So same communication, we need to know the basics.
The foundation, the building blocks of everything is always the basics. Yeah, and then the second one is we're also gonna try to cover some of the good best practices, or why exactly it's so important to really put in the effort to improve in this area. And it's really, I think the most common myth is people think that it's going to take more time. Like, I need to learn something new, that it's going to take me more time to do. Actually, it's not about that. It's always about leveraging what you already have to improve on the current situation. So
that's why I put correct. That's why I put investment, Investment
yes, exactly.
is slowly see results.
Yes, there's a lot of, I think we just need to understand that actually the parents, they have a lot of skill set, they have a lot of good things that they are keeping and they are not showing to their kids. Then that's why everything just fall apart. So that brings us nicely to number 3, right? Obstacles.
Correct. There's so many things that is against us wanting to communicate and give us all our knowledge. I think, like you say, the saddest thing is parents have so much to want to give, but the children don't want to listen, or they will shut you off. That's when we are so sad. Okay. So.
Yeah, man. Correct. Yeah. So let's go. Let's see.
Go, okay. Let's see got any. Okay, now story time. Okay, so
my favorite.
Favorite. Okay, so maybe you could share with us a story about bad communication that really breaks down.
Wow. So many. I got so many stories. I swear.
Just one.
Go on and on. Okay. Just one. Okay, so I think back in the day when I had my first child, right? First child is always very good. What in Singapore language we say very scared to do wrong thing one. I don't know what is the term really. Last time people always say to me. Then what happened was, right, I realized that I was being like very scared to make mistake with my child. So what happened is, as she was growing up, right, she realized that, how come my mom is always so controlling? Don't want to share with me, don't want to tell me everything, I just tell her to do. And then I realized that she's really growing up to be someone that is not a thinker. So when I asked the question, right, she don't want to think. She will just look at you. She'll just look at me for answers. So that's when I probably had my first kid when I was 2014 when I was 24 years old, so very young. And I realized that actually what I need to do was really to open up to her. So I hit like the worst block ever. I remember there was one day I completely break down and I realized that I need to do something about it, because I was growing further from her emotionally, and I was only there to give her like food and stuff like that. So and then you know what's the funny thing? When the mom doesn't communicate well with the kid, naturally your communication with all the other people around you will fail. Your parents, at work, your friends, everybody will start to kind of, hey, what's wrong with you? What's wrong? Because you know that something's wrong.
Okay.
So eventually what I did was, right, I went to talk to one of my old friends. She's older than me, so I asked her like, hey, what do you think? So the number one stage that from now on, right, you stop your barrier. That means she said you break down your barrier and open up to your daughter.
Oh, is it listening? One of the things.
Listen to her and let her hear also that you also face problems like her also.
Oh.
So it's like, then from there I realized that, oh, okay, I think I'm not listening to her, and that's why she's also not listening to me, and she's also not learning how to listen. Yes, exactly. So so it, like you say, investment. So I really invested the time. I took leave. I remember there was one time I took like 2 weeks leave just to spend time with her and figure out how am I going to do this. I think eventually become very pro, and then now I feel like I'm so good with all my kids. I feel like our relationship is so good, like across all my kids, even though they are different. And because I remember that very first basic foundation is to listen.
Yeah. All right. Awesome.
Yeah, that's my story. So how about you?
My story is about expectations. You know, like sometimes we have our own expectations, and I find that we didn't communicate, or we never, because children actually they have very short memory. So I feel if you don't communicate very clearly, okay, what you want, and there will always be frustrations. And it actually boils down to us. It's not the child, okay? Sometimes it's ourselves, so we need to also reflect our instructions, okay? Don't say that as a breakdown. Maybe you're not clear. You never say properly, because maybe mothers are very multitaskers. Okay?
Yes.
They're talking instruction to you. They could be thinking, what I'm going to cooking next. I'm going to do later. So you also are very flustered, and you're not in a, like say working moms are like you know, dealing with working moms, you understand, right? They cannot focus on proper instructions. Like cleaning
the washing machine. I always say, hey, you got washing machine in your head right now. Correct. So you cannot focus on your kid. They know it. They know it.
Then, correct. And then they do wrongly. The child didn't do the right things, and you just broke the whole Saturday or the whole Sunday because you're not happy, the child is not happy, and children are not happy. You know, they will throw tantrums, you know, and then you find that you really regretted, you know. But actually, really, the word E is very important in a lot of areas in our lives, right? If we don't set the expectations right clearly, okay, especially for children, they are not as clear-headed as us. Okay, maybe we also very mother-headed, but I think at least I feel that when we give instruction, it has to be really clear and really must maybe ask them, the child, to repeat to you. Okay?
Yes, correct.
Repeat, and then you yourself. And then ask questions, like encourage them to ask questions. They say, maybe they cannot do it, okay, but you give them a chance to talk. Like you say, listen, maybe they have not free to do now, they do it later. But if you misunderstand, and there will be always the communication breakdown again. Okay?
Correct. I think that just to add on, I think we also need to go to their level. So when we deal with kids at a range of ages, from the young kid, you can't expect them to perform certain things like us. Like you ask them to wipe the table. I mean, my daughter is 4 years old. If you ask her to wipe versus I wipe, obviously the outcome is different. So you must tell her, like, I don't expect you to do this, but I want you to learn how to do it so that you actually get better. Something like that. That's very simple.
Show them.
Yes, show them. So, but with older kids like teenage, just the approach is going to be completely different. But the basic is the same, right? We still want expectation at their level, and our level has to match. So very important. Okay,
so we are going to show you about 5 love languages, okay, that is so basic and important.
Also good for marriage tips.
Okay, can. So it's actually these 5 love languages, right? It's actually from a guy called Gary Chapman. Okay, so like what is in the screen, right? For a child to feel love, we must still learn to speak his or her unique language. Okay, so I think as we talk about this, then you start to think also before the next time we are on live, you can tell us maybe what are the love languages of a child, right? Or what you have observed your spouse. Then you know whether you have learned it and then you have used it. All right. So let's just go to what are the love 5 languages. Okay. Maybe you could share with us the first 2.
Okay, so definitely first two, number one is words of affirmation. So words of affirmation is where you are giving them acknowledgement or validation of whatever, and let's say they are sharing with you or whatever you're sharing with them. Make sure they
Positive
are
ones, right?
reciprocating, positive one. So I think for my young one is the very typical like, Mama, I drew this for you. What do you think? And then sometimes we are like, wait, you know, doing work. Wait, I see later. That is already toying.
Cannot,
So
must
cannot.
have the attention.
Yeah, you cannot do that. So I think working from home is where the challenge was. So a lot of moms come to me and say, how do you manage this? So it's really just that moment of being aware that, okay, my child needs to hear this. You just have to give them like 1 or 2 seconds. Oh, this is very nice. I'm busy right now. How about we look at it together later? Something like that.
Yes,
So
yes.
Okay, number 2 is acts of service. So when you do things for your children, you know, and it's not doing because they cannot do it, you're doing it because you want to do it for them out of love. Yes. So it's like when you buy, like for me, when I'm having a bad day, sometimes I just buy McDonald's.
Okay. Buy for yourself, for your kids.
Buy for I know I want to eat,
Okay.
but I'm like, okay, you know what? Why not? I just also buy for them. This time we enjoy a meal together, and then after that, everybody just feels a lot better. So they see that as you doing something for them. That's just an example,
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So the next 3, right, is receiving gifts. Okay, kids love to have gifts. Okay, but I also want to. I think both of us have agreed now. Actually, gifts, it can be anything. Okay, it can be something you cook. You know, to me. My son loves, my both children love me to cook them a meal a week. Okay, I cannot do more than 1 meal. Okay, so they love it, and then they will never complain what I cook. That's so awesome, right? Yeah, never.
So sweet.
Yes, not because I'm a good cook. Okay, but I think they appreciate the getting really. To me, I say it's not acts of service. To me, it's gift because it's really can be eaten, right? So tangible things. So gifts is tangible. And it can be something you make, right?
Yes.
So what else that you think, Mimi, what are the gifts that you know is like no need to spend a lot of money, right? Yeah.
Well, sometimes it's just time. That's the best gift, right, for them. You know, when you have the whole week, Monday to Friday is super busy, and their bedtime is when you come back from work, you only have 2 hours. Then after that, you really need to put them to sleep, and then you're getting angry because they need to sleep, but they are making noise, you know, blah blah blah. So sometimes when you just make time on that 5 minutes, like, hey, let's take 5 minutes to talk about something, and then they'll do a sharing, and then they really appreciate that. Like they super duper appreciate, and they remember it like for days on end, and they will tell everybody like, yesterday my mom, we had such a nice sharing before bedtime, and that is just the best gift for them. No cost, no cost, just 5 minutes of your time, and really, especially for young kids. I mean, I'm speaking more about my experience mostly with the young kids. They really just want your time,
Yeah. But of course, there's a next episode.
Oh, there you go.
Time. Yeah, time is important. Very, very important. We need to give.
But the keyword here is quality. Let's not forget that.
Quality. Yeah, we cannot be like seeing handphone, answering email. Then we say we give time to the children. The children are sharper than us. Okay.
Right.
Cannot. No. Cross. Okay. Quality time. So physical touch. Okay, this is something. I tell you, not every children would like. Okay. No. Okay. My son love it. My daughter don't like it. So
I also don't like it. It's not my language.
Okay, for me, I love it. Okay, so it's either you can kiss, you can hug, you know, you can even okay, my son is very 15, but we still hold hands. Okay, and I feel very awkward because he's taller than me. Yeah, he's taller than me, but he said no, it's okay.
You also look so young. People will say, hey, this one your girlfriend.
Yeah, correct. But he said no, it's okay, it's fine. You know, I'm okay. So he's acknowledged that it's fine. Okay. So I hope we all understand our children's love language. That's level 1. Okay, level 1 skills, and of course we will love to give you more stories about how we apply every act of love language next time. Okay.
Next time, yes, yeah. Because we all gotta get back to our mama lives.
And yes, go and find out the love language first. Okay. So I would appreciate everybody to actually join my Facebook page or go to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And then also for Mimi, she has a wonderful Facebook group, you know, called Optimama. Yay! Okay, so please join her so you can get her tips every now and then. And also, we also have lives.
Yes.
No? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let me figure out all these Facebook techie things, then we can have the proper one in the group. But anyway, I'm sharing this live from Jasline's page, so you can just click on her picture,
Okay,
and then and just
Follow
follow
and
and
like,
like. Yes, from there
you,
you can
Mimi.
see all her
Yes.
pages.
We will see each other soon.
Yes, definitely next week, alright, or maybe
Okay.
in a due time. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.